Savage.
It was a time of love and a time of hate. It was a time of hope and a time of regret. It was a time of war and a time of peace. There were those trying to bring the nation together and those trying to burn it all down.
When we die and they die, then soon we're going to sit at a table and talk about retired. We want some of this earth, because we'll tear this goddamn country up.
And you don't judge the fight on one round. Even if we get knocked down, we get up and go to the corner and come out fighting the next round. You won the first round, Mr. Prosecutor, but don't cut your gloves off, because the fight's not over. Justice will come to Ferguson.
The only day justice will come to Ferguson is when haters like he are shut off from the microphones of hate. Welcome to the Savage Nation. America is talking about the hate in the streets being generated by the White House, the Justice Department, and the Communist Party USA. Make no mistake about it. This has been orchestrated from the get-go, and these haters like Farrakhan and Sharpton are cashing in on it by stirring up the masses. And that's why I wrote this little couplet for you. It was a time of love and a time of hate. I began with a love song. It was a time of hope and a time of regret. It was a time of war and a time of peace. There were those trying to bring the nation together and those trying to burn it all down. I've been waiting for this show for 4 days now. It's not to say I don't like time off, but truthfully, I don't think I'll ever take another day off as long as I'm on the radio. I mean, I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday, but everyone knows what happens around Thanksgiving. You can't wait to go back to work on Monday. And then there's the stress of family life. God, we love our families. But every time families get together in these sort of forced, pleasant, pilgrim-like holidays that don't really exist, people have all their resentments come up. And they get into arguments. And all the old stuff comes up after a few drinks. And someone goes home bruised. So I was in the elevator of my apartment building yesterday in San Francisco, and as I came out of my apartment, it was late in the day. All I did was sigh and go, oh, just a sigh. And a stranger was in the elevator, nice-looking man, maybe in his late 30s, good-looking guy. And he said, yeah, I agree with you. So, I do a lot of stuff between 4 floors. I mean, between 4 or 5 floors, I have whole conversations with strangers. So all I did was go, and let some air out, right? And the guy goes, oh, I agree with you. So I said, rough weekend? And he says, I can't wait for the schedule to return on Monday. So as he got out of the elevator, I said, well, we all love our families. He turned to me and said, sometimes. Now, I'm not saying anything here, but I'm saying that this thing with Ferguson is ripping this family called America to pieces. And the very same gutter rat, Al Sharpton, seems to be at the center of it all. This gutter rat, Al Sharpton, who should have been arrested a long time ago just for his role in the Tawana Brawley case, stiffing the IRS, egging the crowd on in the Freddie's Fashion Mart fire. This man has gotten away with virtual arson and murder, in my opinion. And yet he's been rewarded. And now he's being rewarded again and again and again. And so I ask you, how much longer can this country take such hatred? How much longer can this country go on with this level of hatred? So I pulled a bunch of stories over the weekend, and I'm going to read you the headlines of the stories that caught my attention, that I noted down. And you can comment on some of these if you have a good comment. Try to get through the screener at 855-400-7282.